Here we go. So what are you thinking? 600 this time?
I mean, do you want it to be 600?
Maybe. I guess it depends.
I'm fine either which way.
'Cause I got fucking nothing, and also, like, Zelda. Though.
The thirst is here.
You
Thirst
know?
is real. I understand.
When you set a goal for yourself at the end of a stream, then it makes it exciting to get back
you,
to
you
it.
just want to get back and get on it, yeah. No, I get it. I understand.
Why
It's,
is
it's what
this...
the game does to you. It's like you're like, fuck.
Does this camera genuinely not go up and down with the stick? I still don't
It,
believe
no,
that.
it doesn't. I don't, I don't know why you think that. I do have a topic, and it is a doozy, actually.
What does that mean?
It's potentially quite beefy as topics go, because we could talk about this the whole time, probably.
Gavin calls something a doozy. What does that mean?
Well,
Fuck!
so did you hear what the president of Sony Interactive Entertainment said over the weekend there?
That's not his actual title, is it?
He's the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment, which is...
Is that what they call it?
That's what they call the PlayStation branch.
Sony Interactive Entertainment?
Yep. Used to be Sony Computer Entertainment, and then they changed it halfway through this generation for some reason.
Well, because they don't make PC games, they make console games.
Anyway, it was on their Japanese Investors Relations Day.
What?
Because the Japanese Investors Relations Day in Tokyo, they had a big day where like they invited like their investors and shareholders to like basically a party, an event where like they discussed their future plans, like their finances, shit like that.
So is that like National Siblings Day?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I just want to know if it's like an official holiday recognized by the Japanese government.
Holiday. No, don't have an official holiday for talking to your investors.
I mean, you know, like in the games industry, it's like a holiday.
No, it's not a holiday.
You know, holiday doesn't always have to mean you get a day off from work and have a good time with family or something.
But yeah, and he said something that's actually extremely interesting. He said the PlayStation 4 is entering the final phase of its life cycle.
All right, this thing. I saw one tweet about this. One singular
Which
tweet.
is an intriguing thing to say.
He didn't say PS5.
No, but he basically meant it.
I mean, maybe it's because I just got the PlayStation 4 and like none of the games really interest me on it, so it seems like it doesn't have a lot of games, but doesn't seem that old to me.
Well, the thing is, it has plenty of games. It just depends what your interests are and all. But you're right, and it doesn't seem that old. And part of, like, there is a reason for that we can discuss, because it's actually related to like the wider, I guess, history of the industry around the point, like the start of this generation. So like the PlayStation 3, like Xbox 360 generation, that went over time. Like generations before it usually last like 5, maybe 6 years at most. Like the Wii was like what, like 5 years at most. Like fucking like, you know, Super Nintendo was like 5 years. He was like, I think he was like 4 years even, if that. But basically like, each generation is not very long in terms of like, year count. It's just that before now, there used to be tons of developers, tons of games coming out, so like everything happened a lot closer, like a lot more nuts. This generation got off to an excessively slow start because the last generation ran overtime. And, you know, hardware sales of the PS3 and 360 dwindled over time because fucking everyone had one. Like, when the PS3 ended, it was like over 100 million sales or some shit like that. Like, you know, they ran, like, everyone who wanted one had one. So no one was buying hardware anymore, and general interest in, like, the games, like, I should specify that games that big third-party Western developers were making was dropping. And also they were constantly pushing for new technology to make flashier games just to draw people in. So they began believing that consoles were dead, and all video games are going to be taken over by mobile. Mobile is the future, and consoles are dead, and you know all the big ones will go out of business.
Wrong place. All about the PC.
No, this is what people believe. Like they believed that the mobiles, because this was like the absolute peak of like mobile hysteria. They believed like, oh, this like mobile is the future. Traditional games consoles are dead. People don't want them anymore. Games aren't inclusive enough, etc., etc. Turns out, no. The answer was people just wanted a new box. Really, that was it. They just wanted new boxes. So, this was proven when, they released the PS4, and what do you know? It sold like fucking shit tons because people just wanted new boxes.
I don't think that's it.
That is it. Because, like, it took major developers a while to catch up. Because, completely different architectures from what the previous generation had. Even the Xbox One was a completely different, like, development architecture from 360. So, tools had to catch up, things had to change, had to get used to new hardware, and for the first 2 years, like, a lot of publishers, both, like, across, like, Japanese and Western ones, weren't really, like, they were very reluctant to commit, or they were having problems, like, Square Enix was still in the endless development hell they made for themselves of all their games. And basically no games were coming out, so it had a very slow start, and a lot of stuff was remasters or indie games, or just occasional small things, and like the most you got was like Watch Dogs being heralded as a great new IP because it was the only one coming out. So in essence, this generation didn't really start until like 2 years in, when the big stuff like Witcher 3 began hitting, and then like now we're finally here. Metal Gear Solid 5 hit and shit like that.
I thought that game sucked.
It did. But, it was still a major game that, like, did tons of sales and drew people in like nuts. Yeah, so basically, like, that's why this generation seems short to a lot of people, is that it didn't really kick off and get, like, big, major defining games until, like, 2 years into its now roughly 6 or 7 year lifespan.
I don't know, I think it's just because I didn't give a shit.
No, I mean, that's what you didn't give a shit. I'm talking generally, because a lot of people expressed this feeling. Yeah, like, I felt it. I'm kind of like, well, that seemed kind of quick, actually. And then I look back and it's like, oh, it's actually been 5 years since the PS4 came out.
Well, that's how time is. It just doesn't work like
but
that.
Like, I didn't have that feeling with the PS3. By the time the PS3 was on, I was like, oh, yeah, this thing has been, like, out for ages and has, like, this gigantic library, and oh, man.
I feel like it's because, like, they made the PS3 and it was this chunky piece of shit. And then they made, like, the PS3 Slim, and you're like, oh yeah, this is new, but the fat PS4 wasn't actually that fat. So, I don't know, it just still seemed new.
I don't know, I don't think that's it for, like, most people. I think it is just that, like, things were very slow this generation to start. And it would seem like, because of that panic, because, Western developers, and not developers, like publishers, big publishers just in general are just fucking idiots who, if they aren't making all the money in the world, will declare something dead and immediately pull out and say this is worthless and no one wants it on anything. So like, the impression seems to be that Sony is aware of this and want to beat that hysteria to the punch and like already go like, alright, new one's coming now. The other main thing about that like final phase of the lifespan thing is that they showed like the big chart of like expected or like projected earnings or whatever for like the next few years going up to the end of their current management plan, which is basically all they've planned to do until like March 2021. And their predictions for the fiscal year, like going like from 2020 through to March 2021, is considerably lower than the years before it, which suggests Sony are probably going to be subsidizing hardware costs with their money.
Heck yeah, they're moving into the mobile game market just like Nintendo's gonna do.
No, what I think is they're going to be like making a big beefy piece of shit machine that will do like 4K resolution shit so that they can sell their TVs to people. That's the impression I get anyway. They want to make this a substantial jump to justify it to people, so it seems like they're already planning to like pay up out of their profits.
I mean,
and it probably won't be as bad as the PS3 because they have PS Plus subs and shit just to pay for everything with now.
They should make it 4K only. They want to sell their TVs and audio tapes.
So yeah, like basically, it seemed like my personal prediction is like late 2020, early 2021 is when the next PlayStation rolls off the line. Because it kind of lines up, because this E3, they said like they're only gonna, for their first party lineups, they're only gonna focus on 4 games. Last of Us
Wow.
Part 2,
That
Days
sucks.
Gone, what was the other one? Ghost of Tsushima, and I forget the 4th one. Which is weird, because I remember Days Gone, but I forget what the other 4th piece of shit is.
People say the 3DS is dying. Oh fuck.
The 3DS is dead.
I mean, Nintendo's probably gonna drop more than 4 games for the 3DS at E3.
I mean, that's the thing. 4 first-party games. That's the key thing you're missing there.
I just think that
the
that's...
show is going to be lined to all the third-party shit, like, you know,
Oh, okay, I see. I thought they were just gonna show 4 games and then end it.
No.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Their focus is only going to be on 4 first-party games, and there'll be, like, just in between all those, just the usual third-party lot. Fuck me, then. Alright, range blasters don't heal anyone, sure. But yeah, like, basically it seems like they're either winding down their PlayStation 4 shit or they're preparing for the next one already. Which is interesting. So it kind of implies, like, you know, Nintendo, like, they're already here, like, they're fine, like, we know what they're going to do and what their plan is for the future. It'll be interesting to see what Microsoft do.
No, it isn't.
No, it will be interesting. Because, like, really, how are they going to justify not just giving up? Like, at this point, like, why not just give it in, like, pack it in?
Fuck.
It's like, to be honest, like, I almost expect Microsoft to say fuck it and just make it like a streaming only console because, you know, bright ideas are exactly all they're for.
I was gonna say, if that's the future of video games, then,
It's
wow.
not the future of video games, it's the future of Microsoft. And probably, you know, the end of the Xbox division in the process.
I feel like there are too many gamers out there.
What does that mean?
You know, gamers.
I don't know, that's why I asked for clarification.
How do I describe what a gamer is if you don't already know? Like the
Like,
people
what
who
do you
play...
mean by it?
God damn it! Alright, revive me, I'm killing these flying fuckers. Done with this shit. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's not over. Alright, hold on. Before I do that. Oh, fuck! It's not fair. Why is it always the Moz comes whenever I use the Stingray?
This is actually hell. How to keep jumping with the Splushimati and hit steelheads. So naturally steelheads are the thing that spawn the most.
You know, like those people that play FIFA and Call of Duty, like those subset of people who play video games.
I mean, they're on PlayStation now, so
Are they?
yeah. Like, Call of Duty and FIFA sales on PlayStation routinely double or more the Xbox equivalents. Like, it's just because that's where they are now. They all went to the PlayStation because, you know, Microsoft fucked it.
Yeah, there's actually one good thing that comes out of a new PlayStation console.
And what's that?
Maybe they'll actually get the fucking buttons and controller right. That would be so good.
They already have it, right?
I would be so happy if they just put the left stick up and then made it so that the buttons aligned and circle meant confirm and X meant cancel. I would be so happy. You don't understand.
I mean, you take for the circle and X thing, you only have America to blame for that one. You know,
But
read your sins.
it's still a thing. So this changes nothing. I can't name
This is the way you people wanted it, so...
I don't know about that. They're like sources of Americans being like that? Is that how? I thought that's how it always was.
That was how it was decided. Like
That's how it was
Americans.
decided, not what we wanted.
Well, clearly some people wanted it. That's how American
Yes,
politics
Sony
work,
did,
right?
because they're idiots. Fuck you. What's the president of Sony?
I mean, you're asking like a fairly complex question.
What are you talking about? I need
'Cause
someone
every
to
single
blame.
division has its own president.
Give me someone to blame.
Say Kazrai.
Fuck you, Kazurai. Fucker. That sounds like very Japanese, though. Are you sure? I should be blaming that person.
His name is Kazuhiro Hirai. He's the president, so
You're just giving like a shorthand nickname.
everyone calls him
Version.
Kazurai because it's just what they say.
What am I? His
got it.
girlfriend?
I mean, you might as well be, right?
No? What? I don't even get that one. It's out there now. God, I wish Maul was just locked onto one person.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I wish being hit by like an enemy didn't send me flying 6 feet to either side.
Got him. What the? I have an egg. Fuck!
The other interesting thing was he was talking about like, we're investing more in our first party shit, which is fucking funny because Sony spent a good part of this generation just shutting down first party studios and downsizing them, which is, good job, great. But saying like, we're going to invest in these, and what they said basically was we're not. They tried to downplay the fact that they don't really intend to make new IP. They're just saying we're going to focus on building up our current ones into franchises, which basically means like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and like more God of Wars and Last of Us's.
Us's. Fuck.
Us's. You will never see The Last of Us, whether it's the never-ending amount of us.
I don't even know how you like Sony. You seem to hate everything they put out.
Part of it, I mean, like,
Oh, fuck.
they were doing fine for like a while in this gen, and then just, everything they've started doing is just kind of like, you just completely lost your ways. Like, I remember the PS3 days when you made fucking video games that were great and fun, and now it's just all complete and utter wank. I remember when God of War was good.
Was God of War ever good?
Yes?
I'm gonna write an article about this.
Right, like someone has doubtlessly written that article. It's just that they've also not actually played any God of War games when they wrote it.
I hate this roller. This weapon set sucks.
Oh, cats are fighting outside.
What do you mean?
Cats are fighting outside.
Are stray cats actually like real?
I mean, they're not strays; they're neighborhood cats, and people let them out and then they fight each other in my backyard. Luigi's up at the windows, like leering out the window.
Aha.
Why is that so unusual?
I mean, I've never heard of it before. So,
You've really never heard of cats fighting?
not really. I mean, people let cats outside.
Yeah.
Well, they would just run away.
No. I mean, like, a domesticated cat knows where its home is. It goes, like, this is where food is. I come back here to sleep.
It's not a good salmon run today.
Like, I really like the PlayStation 4 as a console. It does good shit. It strikes like a nice balance of like what it does. Like, honestly, I personally feel this is an acceptable level of like graphical part to be at. That allows just have to use it smartly, which it's like asking for, I don't know, like fucking gold to fall out of the sky and land personally in my backyard. But like, can be done. Like, this is, I feel like we're at an acceptable level of par, and pushing it any further is just asking for more stupidity from developers, but oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say I don't really know what they're gonna do unless video gaming is a lot farther along than I thought.
I mean, it's just like, more resolution, more power for like, well, ostensibly for performance, but it'll just be more resolution. Everyone keeps running at 30 FPS anyway.
Like, isn't 60 FPS the max?
It's not the max, nowhere near the max, but like, yeah, like on PC, like you go up to like fucking, like, what is it, like 280 is like the highest like a monitor can support right now.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
Yeah, everyone's. It's just that most games either don't support or like kind of lose out from going so high because they're designed around lower frame rates. Sometimes hilariously so in the case of like the Dark Souls games.
I don't know what a new PS4 could do for me, so.
I don't really know what I can do. It's like
quality of life.
Yeah.
So many things I hate about this console. Make the internet better. That's at the top. No, the controller is still at the top of the list. But then make the internet better is a really close second. It's so bad.
I mean, we'll have to disagree on the controller thing, cause like
make it so that I don't have to completely format a hard drive specifically for your console. I want to use it for my computer too. I don't know the technical limitations of that though, but I don't know.
Technically, no limitations. You can't just make it plug and play, but like, I feel like that's a wee bit weird. Like, why wouldn't you just have a dedicated one for the console?
Because I want to transfer my music to Luke's computer, and that's the only thing that can fit all my music. Oh, and yeah, I don't want to order another USB drive. My point
was like, why wouldn't you have one for like computer tasks and one dedicated to your console?
I don't normally need things for computer tasks like that. This is dedicated to the console, but every so often I would like to use it for computer stuff.
It's not really dedicated to the console, then, is it?
It is. By definition, I bought it for the console.
Yeah, but you don't solely use it for the console, so it's not.
Well, yes, I do, because I can't use it for anything else. Also, USB ports on the back of the console so that I can plug my thing into the back instead of having it awkwardly plug in the front and then reach around the back. Fuck, dude.
Like, the only thing I could really want from like a new console really is like, I don't even know what. Like, okay, like I guess more power for developers to more consistently make better performing games or whatever, but they won't do that. Like, they're not going to. They're just gonna keep making 30 FPS, 4K resolution sandboxes that run like shit. But I don't know. We can but dream, I guess.
I mean, I'm fine with games. Really, they just have to localize them. That's the only problem I have with games at the moment.
Yeah, basically.
There's so many good games. I don't need more good games. Oh, well then.
Yep. Going well, going well. Detroit comes out in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited for that just because gives you something interesting to watch later on.
I'm excited to watch NL play.
Exactly. Wow, 600 on the dot.
I'm not fucking buying that thing.
Give developers money.
I mean, yeah, I would, except I don't want to give David Cage money. Frankly, I don't think anyone should.
New hat. Been loading up the Splatnet store a lot. So much so that it doesn't even refresh. Because I actually want to play this game, but I don't want to play it until I have my gear. Oh, this is the hat I was talking about. I just bought it so I could own it. Here, wait, hold on. Oh my god. This is so good.
Why is there never like any good looking shirts or anything in my shop? It's all just like completely plain ass clothing. It's kind of like, this is not what I play this game for.
Well, they're kids, after all.
I mean, this is not something I would ever wear as a kid either.
T-shirts?
I mean, like half of these aren't like the t-shirts I would wear.
That's why you gotta get on jacket meta. It's been working out for me. By the way, that's Splatoon 2.
Yeah.